Hey everybody, welcome back to Live, Laugh, and Cook Italian. Today, we're talking bracioles. And bracioles, they're kind of like the meatballs. There's no wrong braciole. You have your own family recipes and traditions. I have them. So who is anybody to say that you make a wrong braciole? So today, I'm going to give you a lot of information. I'm going to try to make 3-4 different bracioles. I'm going to go through as many meats as I can and give you as much information as I can in the shortest period of time. Okay? So, I'm going to get ready. The first thing we're going to do is we're talking filet and butterfly of our steaks. Alright everybody, we're talking beef braciole. Now, there's 4 different meats that you can use for your beef braciole. I have 3. The first one is a top round. This is the one that my mother uses. She makes her seasoning paste and pignoli nuts. You know I'm definitely going to do that one. The second one is a skirt steak. Skirt steak, I feel, is the tenderest of all the steaks. You got top round, you got skirt steak, you got flank steak, and today I'm making the New York strip braciolatini with Saltimbocca that got me this white apron on MasterChef Season 10. As far as the tenderness, the top round, definitely the toughest of all the meats. The second would be the flank steak. Third, the New York strip. The most tender steak that you can use is that skirt steak. If you cook it right, man, it's going to fall apart in your mouth. It's the best thing in the world. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to fillet one and butterfly one just to show you guys how it's done. Okay guys, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fillet this top round. And this is basically like the chicken cutlets, you know. This one here, that's only 2 bracioles. So you got to find your center and of course hold your knife parallel. Make sure you're poking through the other side. Don't cut yourself. That'd be bad. Okay? And there it is. So that's how you fillet it. Now you get your 2 pieces while it's here on the cutting board. And of course, with your dimples, flip them over the other side. Okay. I'm going to pound these, get these off, and we're going to come back and we're going to be butterflying skirt steak. Okay guys, now we're working with our skirt steak. And this, unlike the top round, we're not going to fillet this, we're going to butterfly this because it's just not that big, okay? So you're going to want to come in and get as close to the center of that piece as you can, okay? And work your way through. And don't get me wrong, this isn't easy. And you're going to leave about 1/4 of an inch on the back end where you don't cut, so that you can flip it over and have the butterfly. You're going to open it up, and there you have your butterfly right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to tenderize all these pieces and get this ready, and when we come back, we're going to start assembling our bracioles. Alright guys, here we are. The New York strip, I did just like the top round. Nice and thin, pounded. Here's our top round, all tenderized, and our skirt steak. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the seasoning paste that my mother makes for the top round. And where I'm going to start, of course, guys, is with my favorite thing, the garlic grating dish. And I'm going to grate, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 of these big cloves of garlic and get it in that bowl, and we'll start making that seasoning paste that my mother's been making, my great-grandmother, my grandmother. See, I love this. Look, it leaves the skin, you get rid of it, boom. Okay, here we go. Alright, 3 or 4 of these, we'll be back. Okay, see that? That's about 4 of those big cloves of garlic run through the grating dish. Now, I have a lot of ingredients, and I'm going to go over all the ingredients with you, but they'll be in the description per each braciole. I don't want you to get nervous because there's a lot of stuff going on. So first thing we're going to do with this seasoning paste from my mother is we're going to start a little salt, a little pepper, and then a little more fresh parsley, a whole bunch of grated pecorino romano and parmesan cheese. Okay, then a good balsamic vinegar, guys. Not like, you know, the stuff you buy for $3.99 in the supermarket. The stuff you buy at Saltimbocca that's aged 25 years that you gotta mortgage your house for. You know, a little bit of that. Okay? And a little bit of olive oil. And we're gonna paste this up. This is my mother's seasoning paste. I love this. This is one of my favorite bracioles. But you know something? You see those hard-boiled eggs there? I am gonna make a hard-boiled egg braciola in memory of my great-grandmother. Okay, here's our top round. Take this, split it in half. Alright. Okay. Don't waste this. Don't want to waste this. Okay, here we go. Spread that out nice and evenly. I am going to give it just a little sprinkle more on both pieces. As you know, you can never really have too much cheese. And then, my mother's secret ingredient, Pignoli nuts. Ooh. Now, we're going to start our roll. Nice and tight. Alright, first thing I do is I tie the middle. I'll get the end, and of course, don't be afraid to give it a nice little pull and tuck there. Right, nice and tight. You want to keep as much in as you can. Now, I use string. I don't use toothpicks. Toothpicks, sure, they're easier. But what happens is, when you get that in the pan and you want to pan sear all four sides, you can't when the toothpick is sticking out of it. I like to use string because when I put them in the pan, I'm going to pan sear all four sides quick before I head them into the gravy. Okay, so I'm going to finish rolling this one up, and then we're going to head to our skirt steak. Okay guys, now we have our skirt steak, and like I said, this is something that my great-grandmother made. And God rest her soul, she was the greatest cook. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to give it a little salt, we're going to give it a little pepper, and we're going to give it a little garlic powder. Now, the egg braciole does not have too much seasoning. It's all about the egg, okay? And just a little bit of fresh parsley in there. No cheese. No cheese. Now, if my great-grandmother was here, I wish I could ask her what I know now from what I know then. Why don't you put cheese? But unfortunately, she's been gone 26 years. So, lightly seasoned, got your egg. Take a little bit of a roll first before you roll around the hard-boiled eggs. Okay? You tie this in 3 spots. You tie it in the middle and then in front of the egg so it doesn't fall out while it's cooking. Now, I'm going to break out that New York strip and we're going to make those braciolatini just like I did on MasterChef. You ready for this? Here's the New York strip. We're going to salt them. Alright? We're going to give them everything that's on here. We're going to pepper them. We're going to give them some garlic powder. We're going to give them some fresh parsley. And we're definitely going to give them some grated cheese. Now just like that, that looks delicious. Okay? Well, what we're going to do here is the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the prosciutto and cheese, like I said, I cooked on MasterChef. Alright? Now this, of course, the 6 cheese blend. You guys know it's my favorite stuff. It's provolone, it's parmesan, it's mozzarella, it's fontina, it's assaggio, it's romano. Okay? The next one I'm going to do, right? Prosciutto. And this time, I'm going to hit it. See this, guys? This is all'olio. I didn't boil it. I put a little garlic in a pan, a little olive oil. I threw this in. I let it wilt. As you can see, there's nothing dripping off of this. Okay, you don't want your spinach. You want it to be, moist, but you don't want it to be liquid. All right, it'll ruin your braciole. This is going to be a spinach and prosciutto and cheese. And then the one next to it is just going to be a spinach and cheese. Okay, I'm going to cheese these up. Oh boy. I'm going to get these all rolled and tied up. And we'll be back, and we're going to start cooking bracioles. Alright everybody, you can see all our bracioles are rolled and they're ready to go. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pan sear the ones that are going in the gravy. That's going to be the top round with the seasoning paste and the hard boiled egg skirt steak. So first thing I'm going to do is a hot pan with just a light cover of oil, and we're going to get those in. Hey guys, this isn't long. This is like 30, 45 seconds. You see it popping, your stove's going to be a mess. It's all going to be working. Alright everyone, these are done. Take a look at that. Oh, that's the way they want it to look. And then they're going to go, these are going to go right into the gravy. Whoa, look at that. Alright guys, those bracioles with gravy, they're rolling. Now I got another hot pan, and I'm going to throw that second batch in. Now these are the prosciutto and cheese, spinach and cheese, and prosciutto spinach and cheese. And like I said, these are the ones that I made on MasterChef. And we're going to put these in the oven at 350 after a quick pan sear. And then we're going to make a fabulous quick Saltimbocca sauce. And I'm going to give you the final product. Guys, look at those bad boys. You see that? That's the kind of sear you want on your bracioles before you're hitting these in the oven. We're going to put these in at 350 for about 10 minutes, and we're going to give them a check. We'll be back. Those bracioles, they're rolling. I got 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and I'm going to hit that with a 1/4 cup of marsala wine. And we're going to bring this back to a boil and reduce this by half. Okay, now that we're reduced by half, I'm going to hit it with a 1/4 cup of chicken broth. And now we're going to reduce this by half. Now we're going to season this. And that's a little salt. That's a little pepper. And that's a little fresh parsley. A little more fresh parsley. Then what I have here is I have a little bit of cornstarch and warm water. And I'm just going to drop a little bit in. It's a thickening agent. Alright? Hey! I'm going to drop that in. I'm going to start to work it around. Just put a little bit in at a time, depending on how thick you want it. And I'm going to thicken this up to what I like for my Saltimbocca. And when we come back, we're going to have bracioles. Oh yeah, they're done. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these on the board. I'm going to cut them up. I'm going to get my bracioles out of the gravy. And I'm going to give you a final product. And here we go. Just a nice drizzle right over the top of those 2. Oh, look at that. Nice. Oh yeah. Look at that egg. Love the egg. We're going to put a little extra on the egg. Oh yeah. Alright guys, how do those look? So here we go. The hard-boiled egg. From my great-grandmother, Nonna Madalena. I love you. That's probably my favorite one. Now, the seasoning paste and Pignoli nuts. I'll tell you, I love Pignoli nuts. That's the top round. But it's so tender after being in the gravy for almost an hour and a half. Delicious. Look at that spinach and cheese pinwheel. Ooh. Melts in your mouth. The New York Strip Braciolatini Saltimbocca. That's why I'm wearing this apron. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope I answered all your braciola questions. Please feel free to leave me comments. I'm always online. I'll be glad to respond. Help you out if you have any issues while you're cooking. Please, if you like this video, click that like button. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And as always, live, laugh, and cook Italian.